been some changes to the meta, if you will, and today we're going to try out a really familiar deck, but with a slightly different build to it, because I'm running out of ideas. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and I've been so wrapped up in Legends Arceus, or Arceus, I guess that's how it's really pronounced, that I haven't really been playing too much at the card. I haven't been playing a lot of TCG, and so I apologize for that. But what I've noticed, and this is according to the most recent information from PokeStats about the Zakozaj's Late Night series and what decks are really popular. So the top 3 played decks last night were Mew, to no one's surprise. Jolteon, again, is a pretty frequent top 3, deck. And then also Gengar making its, I don't know if its debut is the most popular deck, but it was the 3rd most popular deck of the evening. And Zakozaj's events are really big. You're talking 300 plus people every week, it seems. So he's doing a great job keeping up those tournaments, and I'm a big single strike person, and I don't really want to play Gengar. So if Jolteon and Gengar are both really popular, and Eternatus, according to Justin Basil, is making its way into the top 8 of, top decks in the format, well, maybe there's a place for single strike Urshifu, and not the single strike Umbreon Urshifu build that everybody's been playing to counter Mew. Maybe there's a space for single strike Urshifu with just a little bit of Umbreon, since Gengar, Eternatus, Jolteon are all weak to fighting. So we're going to take a look at a single strike deck. It's a little bit different than what I have been playing recently, and so let's give it a go. So here we are. The star of the show is going to be single strike Urshifu V. The V is more important than the VMAX in a lot of these matchups. Why? Because Gengar, Eternatus, and Jolteon all need to be VMAX in order to really do enough damage. Gengar is a little bit different, but we'll get to that. For the most part, they're going to be VMAXs, and Impact Blow is going to be for 2 fighting and 1 colorless, does 180, but when you hit 4 weakness, it's going to bring you up to 360. Not even including the fact that we're going to bump up our damage with single strike energies, because that's the only source of fighting energy we have. I mean, what more could you possibly want? So you're going to be doing 400 plus damage to these VMAXs. Now, Gengar is the exception. Because we damage ourselves with single strike Roar, so I guess let's look at single strike Roar, right? Houndoom's ability single strike Roar lets you search your deck for a single strike energy. Now, let's stop there. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, and so Single strike energy is the name of a card. And this happened to someone at my locals. They were talking about Duraludon, the dragon type, being a single strike card, and how they were going to use Houndoom to accelerate impact energy because it's a single strike energy card. Not the same. Single strike Roar lets you accelerate the card named single strike energy, not an energy that is also a single strike card, such as Impact Energy, which is a card's actual name. So Houndoom only lets you accelerate single strike energies, just like Urn of Vitality only lets you put single strike energy, the card name, from your discard back into your deck, not an energy that is a single strike card. Can't stress that enough. I personally think that Houndoom should be able to accelerate those energies, like Impact Energy, but not the topic of today's discussion. So anyway, single strike Roar lets you search your deck for the card single strike energy and accelerate it or put it onto one of your single strike Pokemon. If you do this, the Pokemon you attach the energy to takes 20 damage. Why is this a big deal? Well, single strike Urshifu V only has 220 health. I say only, but it has 220 health. But if you single strike Roar onto it twice, now it has 180 health remaining, right? Because 2 single strike Roars is 40 damage, and 220 minus 40 is 180. Gengar's Pain Explosion attack does 190, just like Galarian Moltres' Aura Burn does 190. So it's going to be just enough to take the knockout, not including the fact that Gengar's Pain Explosion, if they have 2 single strike energies on there, It's going to go from 190 to 230. So even if you don't have any single strike and damage on this, Gengar is going to be able to hit you with Pain Explosion for 230 if they have 2 single strike energies on there. So Gengar is the exception to the rule of needing to VMAX, and it's a little bit annoying because they're going to be able to kind of keep up the prize trade or prize race with you, whereas like Jolteon and Eternatus can't. They have to really go into the VMAX in order to start taking prizes and take those knockouts. But so we will take up trades on things like Jolteon and Eternatus. Gengar, their game plan is to stay a V, hope we damage ourselves, or look to get those energies accelerated to them quickly. And it doesn't matter if they damage themselves because we're going to one-shot them anyway with Impact Blow. So they don't really care about that. So that matchup is kind of who gets set up faster and who starts taking attacks. Does Gengar make a mistake and evolve into a VMAX when they don't need to, and we take an extra prize? Things like that. The rest of the deck, we only have 2 Umbreons. Yeah, we have a couple of Umbreons because there are going to be times we're playing against a Psychic deck and we want that Dark weakness. We also want to be able to use Signal, Dark Signal, the ability which lets us, when we play this card from our hand to evolve one of our Umbreons, we're able to bring a Pokemon from our opponent's bench into their active. So it's a free boss's orders, and with something like Evolution Incense and eventually Ultra Ball, finding this will be pretty easy. So that's pretty much the game plan. 2 Crobats to help draw. We're really looking to just use single strike Urshifu for the most part. We do have 2 Urshifu VMAXs. Beatdown is a really good attack, especially against fighting decks, because if you have 3 single strike energies on there, you're hitting for 160. Oh wait, 160 times 2 is actually 320, which means you're knocking out Gengar, you're knocking out Jolteon. You're not knocking out Eternatus like this. You need 4 to use Beatdown, but who cares? And you're going to be taking one-shots on Crobats, even if you only have 3 Capture Energies on this for some reason, or 2 single strike energies and a Capture. You evolve into the VMAX and you boss's order a Crobat, hit with Beatdown, takes you prizes. That's something you could do. So it is something to consider. Beatdown can be pretty good, and obviously Gmax 1 blow, discard all energies from this card, and it's a lot of energies, 3 fighting and a colorless. You do 270, but you ignore the effects and abilities on your opponent's active Pokemon. So we're able to hit through Glaceon VMAX's Crystal Veil ability, or Crystal Wall, whatever it's called. We're able to hit through Duraludon's Skyscraper ability. We're able to hit through Zamazenta's Dauntless Shield. Doesn't really matter. We're able to take the one shot on this. So we do run Urn of Vitalities. We have 4 Urn of Vitalities to get those 2 single strike energies back into our deck so that we can accelerate them with Houndoom if we have to discard them or a Pokemon gets knocked out. Plenty of Search, Evolution Incense, Quick Ball, and then normally I would be running Battle VIP Pass, but I've been seeing a lot of lists lately run Great Ball, so we're going to try it out. Can't hurt to revisit it from time to time, see how it functions. Switch and Tool Scrapper, Air Balloon. The Switch and Air Balloon are just mobility, and then the Tool Scrapper to get rid of things like Cape of Toughness in case we go against the Zacian or something really annoying. Tower of Darkness is going to let us discard a single strike card from our hand, and then we can draw 2, really nice. Boss's Orders, we already mentioned, so we can take easier knockouts. Marnie and Professor's Research for some draw support. 4 single strike, 4 capture energies. That's a deck. You've probably seen it before, and let's get into some gameplay. All right, we're going to game number 1. If this is your first time checking out the channel, thank you so much for checking it out, and I hope that you subscribe and give the video a like, leave a comment, all that kind of stuff. It really helps tell the YouTube that this is a good video and other people should watch it. I'm glad that my streak of not hitting any coin flips is continuing, so that's pretty good. This is actually not a bad hand at all, especially for going second. I would like these Great Balls to be Battle VIP passes, but whatever. I have no idea what our opponent is playing. Charizard, Deck Box, Rayquaza Coin, Gengar Sleeves. Could be anything. Sobble, which means first thing that comes to mind is something like Rapid Strike Urshifu. Whenever I see a Sobble, it's immediately the first thing I go. They're going to go Capture Energy, and then a Leafeon. This might be a Leafeon V Star. And that would be kind of annoying. And they're going to be able to go ahead and greening cells to get an energy onto this Leafeon. So Leafeon V-Star is a new card that just came out recently. Has the V-Star power IV Star, I think it is. And basically what that does is it lets you... We'll see what we get off these. We get an Urshifu, very nice. It lets you... It's a boss's orders, basically. You get a free boss. And we'll go ahead and Great Ball again, see what we can pull. We'll get it. Actually, no, we're not going to get it. We're just going to shuffle it back into the deck because I don't want to put it to the bottom with Marnie. I am going to go ahead and get rid of a single strike energy here. And I'm going to not attach an energy. I am just going to Marnie because I don't want to discard 2 of my single strike energies. Of course I get 2, but this actually isn't terrible. So we're going to discard the Houndour. I know it might seem weird, but this is why we did it. Because now I can go ahead and get another Houndour. And that's really all we're going to do. Because next time we can discard another single strike energy using Tower of Darkness and then earn them both back in. So what are we hitting with? They're going to be hitting with the Leafeon VMAX, Professor's Orders, Professor's Research. So they're not going to be able to boss up my Urshifu here. They're not really in danger of getting knocked out next turn. They are just going to hit with the Grass Knot. So this is not looking good. We have a pretty bad hand here. Tower isn't bad. I actually rather get rid of their single strike energy. And at least we can earn those back into the deck. And we'll go here. And the most they can... I kind of have to VMAX here because I can't afford to get this knocked out. And we're just going to... They can attach and just retreat to any of these. So I don't know if it's really worth playing Boss's Orders. Because their hand is so large. So I'm just going to kind of hang on to it. And I'm not going to use Single Strike Roar because Grass Knot's going to do 60 times 3. And if they get a Galomine, it's going to do 60 times 5. So I kind of want to wait to see if they get the Galomine. I don't know how they wouldn't. Their hand is so big that they are going to be able to probably just play Drizzile. Oh, this is the Leafeon Moltres version. Might not be running the V-Star. And they're going to hit with the Grass Knot for 180. We are just living off these towers here. Air Balloon, not really what we want to see. This is not good. I don't know. I don't understand. This happened to me last time too. Like I just can't find a draw supporter when I need it. And now I'm not really sure what to do. I can't attack. So I kind of have to put this down here and just start accelerating to this. They have a retreat cost of 2, and they can just Dire Flame Wings to get it out of the active. Do I Air Balloon and retreat into the Houndour? But then God. I don't like this. This is just a really bad hand. It started off pretty good. Started off good, and then that Marnie did not do us any favors, drawing 3 of our Tower of Darkness, all 3 of them actually. I contemplated getting a Crobat with the Quick Ball earlier, but with the Marnie, I didn't think I really needed it. Kind of have to go here. Alright, let's... Okay, fine. This doesn't really help me. But we can get rid of the boss. We get a Crobat. Draw a couple of cards. Everything we could have wanted comes just a little too late. I mean, we'll be able to put some damage on this thing. And of course we're going to Marnie. I don't have any other Houndours to get set up. This would have been great. Could have been good. But here we are. We're going to Great Ball first. The reason we're Great Balling first is because if we find what we're looking for, if they Galar Mine, right, that'll knock me out. And I can't... This is terrible. I'm wondering, does the Leafeon VMAX play Galar? They haven't done one yet. They might just go max. Oh, they're not going to go max Leaf. Okay. See, that's what I've been waiting for them to do, and there it is. And that's why I didn't want to evolve into the VMAX, because then I would get knocked out. They're going to do quite a bit of damage here. What are they going to get? They could go boss. Oh no, they're going to go research. I didn't think a boss would really be worth it. Because I'm not threatening an attack with this other Urshifu on the bench anyway. So unfortunately, there is just nothing I can do here. Going into game number 2, and unfortunately, that's one of the downsides of Single Strike in general, is that, especially the Urshifu version, it could be a little inconsistent at times, and oh my goodness, we want a coin flip for once. Because it could be a little inconsistent, you are prone to things like this. You run 4 Houndours, there's a good chance you're going to get one in your starting hand, but we also run 4 Single Strike Urshifu, so it's like incredible that we don't have one as well. We get a Crobat. That does not help. I'll get it out of the deck. This is mind-blowing. I'm not even going to attach that energy, because what's the point? Maybe if I can draw a quick ball next turn or something. Of course. See, this is where... Imagine if that Great Ball was a Battle VIP pass. So last game, I had 2 Battle VIP passes instead of 2 Great Balls. Like, the reason I don't run Great Ball is, okay, admittedly, you can use it at any point in the game, but for the most part, we don't really care, right? We care in the very beginning stages of the game when we can go ahead and actually do something. Like, we need to set up our Houndooms or Houndours as quickly as possible. So, being able to draw into our Houndours with Battle VIP Pass, or search them out rather, is super, super important. And look at this. I mean, my opponent has the gas. And last game, I think, would have been fairly winnable, just like I think this game would be winnable if we had a hand that we were able to do any level of setup. Gengar cannot attack their first turn, neither can we, but if we had a decent first turn and we were able to attack now, we'd be in a pretty good spot. And then it'd be back and forth prize trading, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So we're going to Great Ball first. We get a Houndoom. We're not going to evolve it just yet. Okay, we're going to go with the Crobat here. We kind of have to do it like this, I think. I don't want to draw into another energy right away. We got 4, so that's good. Let's see if we can get anything off this Crobat. Okay, not bad, not bad. I don't want to give up all this stuff, so we are just going to Marnie. Plus, we'll take their hand down by 1 as well. I think getting the Houndour here is really important. Because they're likely gonna knock out this Houndoom unless they boss up and bring up this this Urshifu, which if they can do, they should. So, oh god, of course they have the path of meat. I considered getting rid of the Crobat just in case they had the path, but I didn't think, like, what are the odds they're gonna have it immediately? And they do. So they do decide the VMAX here. So that's interesting, because I will get a free prize from knocking out this Gengar, whereas if they just kind of left it as a V, I mean, they could go ahead and Fear and Panic and take the knockout. Oh no, they're going to go ahead and Fear and Panic here. Does 200, just enough. I have to give the Urshifu because I don't have any draw. We have 2 single strike energies in the deck, so... And we're going to get another Urshifu here. And this is... Okay, so this is why I don't think... I mean, I guess they had to VMAX to attack because they didn't have the third energy to hit with the Pain Explosion. And so we're going to get a free prize because of that. Can we get a draw support? An Evolution Incense is okay. So they need an energy plus 2 Houndooms, and they're already down 1 single strike energy. Well, I guess they need an energy, a Houndoom, and then have 2 single strikes in the deck. So if they prized one, they have to have an Urn in their hand in order to make this attack happen. They could easily knock us out. They're going to research, dig for either another energy or an Urn, I guess. Another Houndoom. There's that second Houndoom. They're going to cram. Please don't hit this cram. That would be the worst thing that would happen. Okay. But they get the Urn. But they already used 1 single strike roar. So... And they already researched, and they have the fighting energy, of course. Of course they do. I think that was our last. God. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. You can get out of the Houndoom. But I just can't deal. I have 2 more towers. Can't find them. Can't find a Research or a Marnie. So our best bet here is to evolve. That's pretty much it. Now, theoretically, they can manually retreat, single strike roar twice, attach an energy, and boss and win. That's something they could do. I don't think they run any Urshifu VMAX. So they might just be stuck in the active for a turn. But I had to VMAX in case they could pull it off. Or they hit the cram and they you know, find the Hiding Dark Energy, and then they just attach the Hiding Dark Energy, play a switch, and then that they get for, or get something like that from the Cram-O-Matic, or find the boss they need or whatever. So I think VMAX in there was kind of needed, even though it does put me in a position to not really attack this turn unless I draw into like 2 urns. They are going to go ahead and retreat like I originally expected. The question is, do they have the urn to get those energies back in the deck? They got 1. They might be able to hit with... They're going for the VMAX. They can't get... I mean, they could checkmate me into a scenario where I can't accelerate any energies if they hit with GMAX Swallow Up. And they're gonna be able to. Oh my god. Come on. I had such a poor showing, and this guy is getting everything. They're gonna hit for 290. That means I can't single strike roar twice. Oh, only 160. They went Fear and Panic. But I still can't do anything because Path to the Peak. So I can't play my other Crobat. We'll see if they have the boss, then they just win. If they don't, we get one more chance to find an Urn of Vitality and an energy, and then we'd be able to win. They committed the second single strike energy to the Urshifu, so... And they're researching, which means they cannot boss. I don't think they run cross switching. They only have 4 cards left in deck. Not really sure. Yeah, they have 3 cards left. I have 28, just to show the difference in how little I've been able to draw this game. And this would have been a much easier game if I could have drawn. And I guess that's my fault for choosing the Crobat over the Professor's Research. I should have expected the path. They're going to laser focus, but it's not going to find anything. I guess they're just trying to... Maybe they have one more boss? I don't know. Again, there's nothing that I have. Impact Blow. Come on, get me a Tower of Darkness. Something. Air Balloon. Are you kidding? This is such a joke. So there you go. Single Strike Urshifu's biggest weakness is, as always, itself. Not being able to draw at all. I've never... this has been, for the past couple of days, this has been my luck, I guess. This has just been what I've been doing. I played a deck with some Crushing Hammers, flipped tails on both of them. My opponent hit all their Cramomatics. I'm playing Single Strike, and this is what I'm drawing. Even though I had a pretty good start to the game, you get shut down completely if you're not able to draw. And having 2 more Marnies, 2 more Research, 2 more Towers, like I had 6 outs to any type of draw, and I only had my 7th unusable one. So like I had 7 more draw outs, and I couldn't find 6 out of the 7. Like, it's just... That's kind of the problem, is that you are so invested in the single strike loop of Houndour, Houndoom, single strike energy, Urn, and all the stuff that comes along with getting that set up, the Evolution Incense and the Quick Balls and the either Great Balls Battle VIP Pass, that like you lose the ability to draw some other stuff. And I don't know, it's so frustrating to lose a game just because you can't draw. Like that's the one thing that really bothers me about single strike is that. And I get it, you have so much going for you that you have really good typing, you're paired up with something like Umbreon for good type coverage, and you have energy acceleration, and you do crazy damage, and you have wall breaking, like you have so much, but you just are so reliant on hitting very specific cards at specific times, and sometimes that trade-off is just, oh boy, it's tough. It's tough, and I'm looking forward to Lucario V-Star. Even if it doesn't have the same damage output potential, it's expected to be a little bit more consistent, just because you got 3 energies, and you're not... There's no restriction on not able to attack next turn and discard all your energies and this, and just get 3 energies on your Lucario, and you're able to just go. And you're going to be hitting Vs and V-Stars and VMAXs for easy 270. I came up a way to even hit for 330 if you really want to. But anyway, that's enough of this today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found this a little informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Maybe Single Strike Urshifu will be better in the coming format, things like Ultra Ball, maybe it'll be a little bit better with Choice Belt, and maybe we won't be so reliant on Houndoom. Maybe we run Arceus instead of Houndoom to accelerate energies to a bunch of different Urshifu Vs, and then you hit with Choice Belt, and all of a sudden now you're hitting other Pokemon Vs for 180, 210, and you can still include single strike energies in there. And you can, I don't know. I don't know what the best method of doing this will be, but we'll figure it out. In the meantime, like I said, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.